Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to a January monthly channel update. I am very, very late in the month for a channel update. Usually it's a little bit earlier than this. I have just been so very, very busy, and this is my opportunity to sort of pull back the curtain a little bit, to give you a little bit of a transparent look at some of the cards that I've been holding up my sleeve and various other things as far as the channel is concerned. First of all, I want to say welcome to all the newcomers to the channel. I've had quite the surge of subscribers and quite the surge of views, and I also want to say I thank you to everyone who's stuck with the channel and kept up and just given me some very excellent feedback and various other just good feel good stuff. Very much appreciated. This is for those of you new to the channel, I just do this as a hobby. I don't monetize any of my videos. If you do see one of my videos with an ad on it, it's usually because some kind of content ID has happened. Right now there's only one video on my channel that has a content ID hit, and that is the final video of my playthrough of Deus Ex Human Revolution. I got a little music hit at the very end, even though it's the same music throughout the entire game. At the very end, they had some vocalizations, people oohing and ahhing in the music. And what I found, just from my experience on YouTube, is that sounds so similar across various music tracks that almost always gets caught by Content ID. So I am going to, at some point, I have to get the time to do it, but at some point I'm probably going to re-upload that video and try to. I'll end up having to say all of the lines at the end because I'm gonna have to mute the audio. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best Jensen voice that I can come up with and re-upload that. Also, I am remiss. The game that I am playing in the background is Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball. It's been a long time since I've been in the game. I played it, I did a side quest video of it many, many moons ago. The game, as you can see, has changed dramatically. It's the fidelity of the graphics and the sound and everything is just wickedly improved. It is terrific. There's all kinds of game modes now. I've sat here and played, this is a pre-recorded video of mine that I sat down and played about 20 or so minutes of. Several, just a random games, a random set on multiplayer matches. And I still very, very much suck at the game, which doesn't seem to change from one game to the next, but there you go. That's where we're at. So, where is the channel sitting right now? We are sitting at 614 videos, and if I've done my math correctly, since the last time, the last video I put up, that would be 66 videos for the month of the rest of December and pretty much all of January since my last update video. So been cranking the videos out. It has slowed down quite a bit the last couple weeks because I have been very, very busy with work stuff. Very, very busy. So I'm only getting about one video out a day as it is right now. That'll probably continue for another week or two or three, maybe. It depends on work and whether or not I can figure something out as far as balancing my work life situation here. But for now, it is what it is, and I think it's given that I've been going 2 videos strong per day for such a long time, it'll give everybody a nice little chance to catch up if you're falling behind on something, or otherwise to just have a little bit of a breather, not have me spamming your feeds constantly. We're also at, as I mentioned at the beginning, we're at 179 subs. We had 78 subscribers since the last channel update. The biggest subscriber jump that I've had in the channel history. So again, welcome to everybody new, and thank you to everyone who has stuck around. Particularly thank you to everybody who stuck around and also given feedback. My assumption here is this came from basically two sources. One is that I started playing the Spatials, which is a game I'm really enjoying, and the devs have been kind to tweet out and also keep track of my videos on their press page, along with several other very good YouTubers. So you might want to go check out their press page and look at some of the other people like Blitz and others. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon as well, which is quite possibly the best YouTube/Twitter name I've ever seen, because that is quite awesome, given the context of it in terms of the Die Hard movies. So that's cool. Go check all them out and go check out what's going on there. Also, the Soul Zero dev has been very consistent with tweets and everything else. And I'm also part of this press kit. There's a link to one of my older videos. So lots of views on that. Lots of people very much enjoying the real-time strategy stuff I do. I assume, it seems like not too many YouTubers do the real-time strategy stuff, or at least not as much as I do, or not videos that aren't as long as mine. I assume it has something to do with my soothing voice, but I wouldn't know for sure. And honestly, I don't. It does not faze me. I enjoy those games very much, and I'm so glad that others seem to be doing the same. The channel is up to 23,022 channel views total. That is up from 15,759 on the last update. Very cool. Everything is in the positive. Everything is coming up Millhouse, and that is quite awesome. Now, as far as the another thing that goes with the channel here, trying to keep track of my time so I don't run out of it. I many moons ago signed up for GameWisp, which is another video sharing site that basically is sort of kind of trying to compete with YouTube, kind of, not really. They are and they aren't at the moment. They're very early alpha beta base, whatever you like to call them. And initially it was you link up your YouTube channel, and then you had to resync your videos every so often and have them appear on GameWisp. And then there was a little bit, they have the video pages, channel pages, everything is a little bit more organized and a little bit cleaner over there. But then they sort of went dark for a little while, for several months, because they were in the midst of a redesign. Just recently, got an email saying that their redesign, they now have the channel pages back up, or not channel pages, but the video and the series pages back up. Went over and took a look at it, and everything is synced up as far as I can tell. So all my latest videos are over there. I don't have to do anything anymore. It's syncing itself, which is very cool. And it took all of my playlists and turned them into series, which is also very cool, because that's exactly how I was structuring my playlists. So what I have done over there is I've gone through the series, and they actually have an additional filter that you can put on them that says what is the status of your series. So is it completed? Is it still in progress? Is it on hold? Or I think they have it as on hiatus. Or is it just an ongoing thing that doesn't have any definitive end? It's just something that you do from time to time. Like, for instance, my side quests series I have as an ongoing series, because it's not something that I schedule every week or something like that. So I've gone through all the playlists over there, and I've set them to the correct statuses. So if you go to my series page, and there's a link to my GameWisp on my channel page, I'll also probably leave a link in the description as well, so it's easy to reference. But if you go over there and you look at the series tab, you'll see that all my series are in some sort of order based upon whether they are completed or not, and everything else. So that is really cool. I think that is one of the killer apps, I would say, that GameWisp gives. So if you're kind of frustrated with YouTube and not being able to see what you want to see, feel free to go over to GameWisp and take a look at my videos over there, because they are publishing just like everywhere else. Still not. I'm not part of any partner program or anything over there, so it's not. I'm still not getting paid for anything, which is just fine. That's the way I want it. I really don't want to get paid for it. I just want to do videos. That's my goal right now. So there you go. I wanted to just make that known. I did talk a little bit about it on Twitter. I tweeted one tweet about it, but I just wanted to make sure that I also put it in the channel update video. Now, as far as series go, LCM, the Livecraft Mine server, or the LCM Network server as it's been renamed, I am still active on there. I'm still doing stuff. I've decided to make that a once every other week thing, because I'm really enjoying Signs of Life, and it's very hard for me with my limited time as it is to have 2 sandbox games going at the same time, 2 sandbox series going every week, because there's a lot of time that you spend off camera mining and doing other things. So what I've decided is I'm going to alternate them. I'm going to have Signs of Life one week, which was this week, and then I'll do Livecraft Mine the next week, and then Signs of Life the week after that, and so on and so forth. That way I get technically about 2 weeks in between each video to just sit down and just hammer out some good content for a change. Because I personally, and this was also some feedback that I got, but I personally was never really very happy with how I was doing Minecraft stuff. I felt like I wasn't spending enough time in it, especially considering the other Minecraft players that I've watched on YouTube, other Minecraft YouTubers. I wasn't really getting a whole lot accomplished. So that's one change I'm doing, is I'm giving myself more time to do stuff. The second change I'm doing is that I'm going to start actually doing multi-day recordings as far as those games go. So I tried it, this week with Signs of Life, where I got done, my normal recording session at nighttime, which is I get about an hour or two, if I'm lucky, 2 hours, to sit down and record and do, off-camera stuff and all that stuff. But I felt like at the end of it, I didn't feel like I got anything accomplished. So I sat down the next day, and since I didn't have to worry about Livecraft Mine, and did the same thing, another 2 hours, and then I got a full video out of it, and I got, I think, a lot accomplished in this last Signs of Life episode. So I'm going to do the same thing, hopefully, for Livecraft Mine as well. Do like a multi-day episode, a multi-real day episode that's combined into one episode. And hopefully we'll see the quality of that improve, I hope. We're not going to see the quality of my building improve, but perhaps we'll see me actually get something accomplished for a change. So that will be quite nice, and that's my thought on that. That's what I'm trying for right now. As far as the status of series are going, I finished recording Forza Horizon 2, so the episodes going up now are all pre-recorded and done. I am done with Forza Horizon 2. In the next couple of episodes, I think there's maybe 2 or 3 more episodes left of that, maybe 2 episodes left of that, and then I'll be replacing that. And then also Rollers of the Realm, I finished recording all of that. That has about probably 5 or 6 episodes left. Very fantastic game. Loved my time in that game. It was a little bit frustrating at times, and you'll see a few episodes coming up where it's a little bit frustrating, but otherwise very much enjoyed it. So I now have to figure out what I'm going to replace that with, and I have a couple of I have to figure out what I'm going to replace both of those with. So I have a couple things in mind here that I'm going to talk about. Also, I want to talk about Evil Quest. Evil Quest has been more of an experiment for me. I really enjoy the game, and I'm continuing to play it, but it's been an experiment on... I had gotten some feedback a while back that I didn't really have to edit the live streams I do too much, other than just, keep them to an hour or something, so they're not ridiculously long. live streams. So that's all the editing that I've done. I haven't done any cutting of them. I've just cut them for time, like an hour here, an hour there, or cut them in half as best as I could. You know, I try to keep it on some kind of high note anyway when I cut away. So that's what I've been doing there, and so whenever you see me put, you know, live stream on something, that usually means that I haven't cut it. I've only cut it for time, and I haven't done any editing to it. And it looks like I've gotten quite a few views on it, you know, a decent number. So I think that's been going pretty well. I just wanted to make sure that everybody was cool with that, because I've been doing the live to recording with the Divinity Original Sin series, but I've been doing a lot of editing on the side to try to edit out all the very slow parts. And I wanted to see, you know, whether or not for something that is a little bit more action oriented, where I wouldn't have to do so much editing, I wanted to see if I could just upload the entire video, or, you know, half of the entire recording session, and see how that floated. And it seems like it's doing all right, so cool with that. I may do more of that in the future. I was thinking of perhaps having Sundays be the live stream roundup days, where I show off whatever I live streamed on Friday before. So we'll see going forward. We'll see what that has to go for. But Evil Quest is almost done. I'm all the way up to the last final boss. I have not beaten the final boss yet. So that hopefully this Friday when I do a live stream, I will be able to accomplish that. We will see. What else? Game of Thrones and Tales from the Borderlands. I am ready, willing, and able to record those as soon as they come out. I have not heard anything about Tales from the Borderlands Episode 2 yet. I don't know when that's scheduled for. I have heard that Game of Thrones Episode 2 is coming up in a few short days, actually, in February the 3rd, I believe. So I will be doing that the same way I did it last time. I will sit down, assuming, of course, that it's another 2-hour episode, or 2 hours of real-time episode. I will sit down, record the entire episode, and I will put it out on 4 or 5 consecutive nights, just like I did for episode 1. That's the plan anyway. If it ends up being a longer episode, then I might alter that. Pray I do not alter it further. No, I may alter that. But for right now, that is the plan going in. I'll do it the same way that I did the first episode, and I'll do it on consecutive nights as I did before. And then what am I going to do with the series that are ending? What am I going to replace them with? So I have a couple ideas. None of these are set in stone yet. But my ideas are, I was thinking of perhaps doing some Star Wars Republic Commando. I know it's an older game, but I've never actually played it. And I bought like a Star Wars pack that had a bunch of, from Steam, that had a bunch of Star Wars games in it. Some I've played, some I haven't. So I've got it where I have modified it so that it's not HD, but it's 720p size or 1080p sized, and everything's stretched out and stuff, but it's not overly stretched. It works for what it needs to be. So I was testing that recording. I can actually get 60 frames per second on that, so that might be a 60 FPS 1080p video. We'll see. Assuming that's what I go with. Also got Star Trek Away Team working on an emulator, and I was able to record from the emulator. So, from the virtual machine, not an emulator. So I may record some Star Trek Away Team as well. Again, another older game, but I like the Star Trek games. I still have a bunch of old games around that I like to play. So I'd like to try to dig into some of those. Also, I was thinking of replacing Forza Horizon 2 with an early access game called The Next Penelope. I've been playing that game a bit off camera just to get used to it, and I've realized I'm not going to be able to make a series out of it because it is balls hard for me. Very, very difficult, to the point where you end up replaying a mission like 20 to 30 times and you're still not quite getting it. Which makes it extremely difficult to have a weekly series on that when you have limited time. So I may end up just making that as a one-off side quest video and then finding something else. I have some other racing games that I might want to do instead of that, like Distance, and also I have a one on the console here, a Need for Speed game on the console. So I might do either of those, we'll see. And then also, I've been searching around a lot. Also, there's two other games on the PC that I might dig into. One is called Blackguards, which I tried looking at it earlier, and it's very complicated, so I don't know if I'll make a series out of it or not. And the Banner Saga, which I have played a bunch of and I really enjoyed, so I want to go back and start that from the beginning and maybe do a recording or do a series on that. Also on the tablet, on the Android tablets, I have found two games that look rather interesting and I think will work out well for what I want to do. It's called Sorcery and Sorcery 2, two different games. They're same genre, same kind of concept, but they're very much like the other things I've done on the tablet, like Out There and stuff like that. It's a lot of text, a lot of talking. It's kind of like a pen and paper D&D almost. It's not as complicated or anything like that. But it's got the same sort of feel, like it's a choose your own adventure type of thing. And I've played about 20 or 30 minutes of it, and it's caught my attention. It's very cool. It looks really nice. It looks like something that I could do, like an Android game that I could finally record on YouTube. That isn't like a whole stretch of boring stuff, right? So I may end up digging into that as well at some point. But I think I'm just about out of time. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Thank you for watching this channel update, and I will see you guys in the next video.